Sam's in the middle.
Oh, okay.
What? Hey, your leg was there and I couldn't get past it.
No,
Oh, you got sensitive leg?
No.
Oh. Start with the new tattoos
happened.
in. Oh wow, they're going to town.
Wait, what the fuck? Is that Rick at the bottom of the
Yeah, Rick's down there, and there's Morty. That's Helm's Deep.
They've entered into the Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
realm. You would get those two.
Yeah, Sauron. I don't know if I can somehow get that in the shot.
You would have to just take a picture and
Yeah.
post
Just take a
it.
picture.
Your leg and put it in.
Hey, everybody.
I'm Adam.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Will, and we are
Working Title!
Yeah.
Wow. We're here.
Guys.
We're back with Fullmetal Alchemist,
Brotherhood.
episode 20.
Father before the grave.
Sam, what happened last time?
Oh so much. We learned that the Philosopher's Stones literally can create the siblings, the sinlings, lust, gluttony, envy, and company. Because lust got destroyed and then it reformed her body from the gem, stone, whatever you want to call it. Then she literally died because Mr. Boom got to drop a nuke on you, sir. Came in and just wouldn't let up on the nuclear explosions and burnt her ass. The Führer showed up and then didn't do anything because everything kind of settled. So he didn't need to jump into the mix. Gluttony somewhere. I don't know. They didn't finish him off. But that arc is done. The boys are safe. Ross is on the journey to Xing, I think.
Yep.
But the Elric Brothers, or at least Ed, walked past an area and saw a familiar Hohenheim. So what the hell's gonna happen next? I completely forgot about that. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to think.
But guys,
Ready to jump in.
if you like our video, leave a like, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you know when we drop more Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Comment down below what you think about our reaction. And hey, if y'all want to check this out 1 week in advance, along with Vinland Saga and some future shows that are coming out later this month, check it out. Hit the link in the description.
And it's not a market substitute. Go on whatever anime streaming service you prefer. Watch Fullmetal over there first. Come back to YouTube. Watch your boys' reaction. We're gonna punch it. BAM!
Still can't compete with first opener.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That first one's so good.
It's like when you're at the school festival and you go up against the kid who's extra talented, and then you're the second in line. You have to compete after him.
Yeah. Or you have to present, and the A+ student
Went
presents
first. Yeah.
Or not even first, just before you.
Yeah.
It's shit.
I've only been that one time to somebody else having to go up after me, where I aced it. One time ever in my life. Speech and debate.
Speech and debate. Let's go.
Speech and debate. It's what we do after every recording.
Yes, sir.
Turn that joint. Oh, let's go. Rad.
Michael
Edward,
Cuthbert.
you appear to have grown some. I spoke with Pinocchio. You tried human transmutation.
What makes you think you can show up like this? There's nothing left for you here anymore.
I noticed. Tell me, Edward, what possessed you to burn down my home?
After what happened, we vowed to never turn back. We did it as a symbol of our resolve.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
You were hiding the memory.
What a...
You didn't want to be reminded of what you've done, and thought you could erase the memory by destroying the evidence.
See, that's what I thought he was doing it for.
You're wrong.
It's just like a child who hides the sheets after he wets the bed.
Oh,
You ran away.
That's
and
me.
you know it.
You don't know a damn thing. You make me sick to my stomach.
He's exactly like I was when I was his age.
This is so jarring.
Yeah.
Oh. Get out!
Look at little Alphonse.
Yeah, even the dog don't like you, my friend.
You haven't changed in the slightest. these years. And you look exactly the same.
Is that Izumi?
Yeah.
Where have you been all this time? Why didn't you come back sooner? Trisha was waiting for you until the very end.
Pinocchio. The life form my sons transmuted. Are you positive that it was Trisha?
Huh? Well, I wouldn't. It didn't even look human to me. So I wouldn't think of it as...
No, that's not what I'm asking. Did you notice the eye color or the hair color?
Huh? What are you trying to get at? Are you telling me that that wasn't even Trisha? For all that those boys sacrificed, you're saying that thing they created wasn't even their mother? Whoa.
Damn.
You don't sleep or eat?
He
You
knew
don't
he
even
was
run
there.
out of breath?
Uh-huh. I just have to make sure the seal doesn't get harmed.
Wow.
That's so cool. So you really are immortal then, huh?
No.
No, I'm not. This body, it's like a time bomb. Barry mentioned something, and it made me realize that any type of body is incompatible with a foreign soul. Pairing them together, the body will eventually reject it. It could happen tomorrow, or 10 years from now, but it's inevitable that it will.
Yikes.
Oh no! Al, we've got to get you back in your regular body.
Well, hold on. If it's about to give out on you, couldn't you just transfer your soul into some other object? Because if that's the case, then for the time being, well, you're impervious to pain and you don't have to eat. It sounds like a great deal to me.
No.
No, it isn't! You don't know what you're talking about!
Yeah.
Can't little Al also die if somebody hits his little mark
If they
inside?
mess up the mark, he's
That's
gone.
what I was gonna say.
That was the first thing he said. He just has to protect the seal.
Okay. The seal. That's what they say. Okay. The seal.
Henry, I'm coming in.
Good
You
lord.
know, you and Brother always gotta be the first to explode. I never get the chance to be the one to get mad.
It's just...
I guess I can't fall asleep. I don't think this body will let me.
Oh.
Oh,
That's not a life I want to live.
tell me you're gonna get your body back.
Okay.
Give it back! You have to get my brother's body back! He's the only family I have! I won't let you take it!
Take it. Do you even know what you're saying? You're the one who tossed his body aside and put him in that armor. Aren't you, Alchemist?
It's true. You and I are exactly
Oh.
the same. Except in Edward. We make monsters.
Edward.
Ah!
You're like this.
Yikes.
Get out of bed already.
I don't think we saw its eye colors other than those red that it just showed right there. Like, I don't know what the heck it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it might not be its mom.
Do you mind if I keep
His
it?
mom.
It's the only photo we had taken with all four of us.
Of course.
His
you're
face
welcome
is
to.
covered.
Thank you.
Love that.
I need to tell you something important, Pinocchio.
Yeah?
Something terrible is going to happen in this country soon. You should escape while you can.
This country's lousy with terrible things. And I can't leave. I've got other people who need me here in case they want to come home.
I've given you my warning.
This is so weird. I did not think he would just stroll on
Try
in.
not to be such a stranger, alright?
So bizarre, dude.
Yeah.
What is
I
he
wish I
up
could,
to?
Pinocchio. It's too bad I won't get to enjoy your cooking anymore.
Oh. Run, Granny!
That's so tough.
Run!
Oh god.
What? Everything looks so creepy.
What do you think he's about to go do?
I don't know. Go look for the body? I thought they would have burned the body would have burned with the house.
You're not really gonna dig it up, are you, Ed?
Oh man.
Why don't we go back?
No. My stumps are aching from the weather. It's about to rain. Let's just hurry and do this.
Yikes.
Okay, so they put the body not in the house.
That's crazy. Even with like people who have like metal plating and are like the real world,
It's a
and
real
the weather affects that shit too.
Yeah.
Ed, don't push yourself.
Remind me, what did he get injured by?
No, it's his auto mail. It's
Oh,
messing with his metal,
Okay.
which is a messing with his body.
I'm not gonna be able to move forward until I know for sure. Besides,
You ran away.
I won't run away from this.
Gosh, she's making Furby out there.
I mean, she's with him doing it.
Granny means business. She doesn't fear.
Yuck.
So you just get insane versions of it because it's like synced up to him neurologically.
Well, he has more metal in him than any probably
Normal
normal human.
machine now.
Than man. Let's get a Star Wars reference. Acknowledged it this time, unlike the what was it? The decoy.
The decoy, yeah.
Gosh, what the heck would it be if it's not the mom though?
Granny, Mom's hair was a light chestnut color. Lucy's black.
What does this mean?
This fever, it's much too long. And this pelvis, pretty sure it's male.
It is.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid this isn't your mother, Ed.
Dude, what? What does it mean?
Damn.
Is the mom alive? Like, what?
And that's it. It really is impossible to bring the dead back to life. The undeniable truth. It was impossible all along.
Edward, now listen to me. You gotta get a hold of yourself.
I'm okay, Granny. It's okay. From the moment I made this thing, it's been a symbol of my despair. Not anymore. Now it's an emblem of hope. Al can be returned to normal.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Cute little kid.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
This is weird, guys.
Creepy stuff, man. Yo, bro, you won't believe it. It's not our mom.
Curtis
Oh,
residence.
never mind.
I didn't expect this.
Hello, love.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to ask you something, teacher.
Oh boy.
But
Well, what?
Oh gosh, about her baby.
Yeah.
Ugh.
it has to do with when you tried to transmute your baby.
What did it look like?
What about it, Ed?
The thing is, what Al and I transmuted, it wasn't actually our mother.
What is this, Ed? What are you trying to tell me?
I'm sorry to ask you this, but the child you transmuted, are you sure that it was your child that you brought back?
Bro.
Yeah, imagine having that conversation. I mean, like,
What does this mean? What does this mean? Help me, guys.
Thank you, Ed. It's good to know my son and his wife helped people.
The rock
I'm
balls.
done
Yeah.
with them.
They were good people.
Trisha Elric.
So, Hohenheim, did he even bother to say where he was going?
Of course he didn't.
Fuck
and
no.
I didn't. What's wrong with me? I can't believe I forgot to give him the message.
A message?
Yes, a last request from your mother.
I'll be gone when he returns. Can you tell him something? I need him to know I couldn't keep my promise. I died before he did, and I'm so sorry.
What is happening?
No promise.
You got me. Sorry to ask, but could you pass it on if you bump into him?
Why should I have to?
I know it doesn't seem like it, but he does care about you and your brother.
Yeah, I'll pass it on right after I clock him in the face.
Right.
Yeah, fuck that guy, dude.
Seriously.
Heading back to Central already, are you?
Yeah, Al's probably mad at me. I'm gonna have plenty of explaining to do.
Oh, just wait till you see your brother.
Not true.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, brother.
What? How were you this beat up?
And you!
What the hell are you doing?
My delicious dinner.
Seriously,
Just floated
how did
out.
this happen to you? The homunculus and bury the chopper. And just to throw a cherry on top, you find out your body might reject your soul.
Yeah. This ain't going too well
You're
for
gonna have to
us.
extend what little you have left of your armor.
Ed, he'll be able to get his body back, right?
Yeah, of course you will. I told you I'm gonna get it back. Al,
No, you have to
I've
hear
gotta
this.
tell you something.
Oh my
I got
gosh.
the body that we transmuted in Reservoir.
What? Why would you do that?
Because, Al, I found out that the thing we buried wasn't really our mother.
Hold on a minute. Then that means...
The thing we made, I don't know what, but it was something completely different.
But if it wasn't, then what happened to me?
That's just it. This has actually convinced me we can return you to normal.
Ed, are you sure?
Really?
Yeah. But before I start explaining how, well, Winry, do you remember when Al and I got in a fight when we were kids about marry you?
I'm talking about on the roof?
Yeah, that one. Al told me you turned him down.
Mm-hmm.
Turned you both down.
Whatever. So the question's for both of you. What was your reasoning?
She said...
I just don't like men who are shorter than me.
Yeah.
Argument for something you can't help!
Right.
I don't really see how this has anything to do with getting out.
If he's 5'11", it ain't happening.
I had to be sure. Al had a memory of something I don't recall. You seem to clearly remember it the same way, Winry. Which means that it happened without a doubt. So now that we know you remembered something real, then we also know for a fact that really is Al bonded in there. I pulled you out. I actually did it. I know it was only your soul, but that's just it. If I was able to pull that much
what?
of you out, then I've got
That
a
shot.
hunch that your body's still in there, and I can pull it out.
You think my body's still in the portal? Existing separately from my soul? Like Barry's body!
Yeah. Good point.
Right. What did you see? Try to think back. Can you remember what happened when the truth unraveled you?
What the fudge,
I
dude?
reached out,
And saw the other one. Yeah!
and it was me. It was my hand I grabbed.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about
I
that.
knew it. Doesn't look like we're done with the truth yet, Al. We're gonna get in there and pull your body out.
Brother, after the portal,
Oh, yeah.
I remember looking at you from inside that thing. The thing we thought was Mom.
Is it his body? Like older or something?
So, but my soul didn't bind.
Adult
It must have
Al or
rejected me
something?
Right away.
I don't know.
So that means we didn't harm anyone else's soul after all.
Is that Al's body? I'm so confused.
Mr. Elric, you have a telephone call from Izumi Curtis.
Oh no.
Oh my
I did
god.
some research.
Too much.
Sig and I looked up our family lines. And well,
The child that I transmuted, it didn't have a single physical trait that could have come from us.
What?
You're onto something, aren't you?
Yes. I've come to the conclusion that death is permanent.
So not even transmutation can change that fact. All this time, I thought that I must have missed something. But it was impossible to do in the first place.
Ed,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
Nice.
Oh.
That's some good closure.
Hey, I was about to say that. Lots
So
of
what
closure.
did the teacher have to say?
I'm not really sure why. But she said, thank you.
This is wild, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Al?
This entire time, I've been blaming myself for what happened. I thought it was me. I thought I was the one who killed Mom a second time.
And so did I. Al.
Thanks, brother.
Oh.
Thank you. I wasn't the one who killed Mom after all.
Oh.
Izumi.
I feel like I've been brought back to life.
Oh.
Our child wasn't made to suffer twice
Oh.
because of me.
But still, none of this changes the fact that I'm the one who put you in that body. And I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna make you normal again.
Brother, I was right there with you, and I knew that there were risks. So quit trying to shoulder all of this on your own.
Exactly.
I can't watch you suffer like this. Not on your own. I can't just stand back and watch other people get hurt over what I've done. Like what happened to Mr. Hughes. I
Poor
felt
guy.
like it was my fault when I found out he was dead. And I told myself that if it meant other people getting hurt, then I don't even want my body back. Brother, I've met other people who weren't exactly human,
Yeah.
but they still managed to live their lives with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And even in this body, it hasn't stopped other people from treating me like I'm still human.
Yeah.
Yep.
This body could reject me anytime, but it's the same with being human. You never know when you might get sick or die in an accident. So I can still get by like this. I can live a somewhat normal life, and that's how I've managed to keep going. But now, I can't take it anymore. Because I can't take all the nights by myself.
Oh god.
It's too lonely. And that's why I have to get back to normal.
Sure, and you're going to. We'll knock that truth jerk on his butt, and then we're gonna pull your body right out of that place.
Yeah.
What? What?
That's weird.
He looks taller.
Have his shoulders always been so broad?
He's looking like a confident man.
Yeah.
He doesn't have his hunch.
Episode 20, y'all.
Lot happened, Sam.
Lots of closure.
Lots of mystery.
Hohenheim is back.
Odie doty.
Hohenheim showed up.
Oh, it's so weird. It's so weird to watch him here with the boys, or here with one of the boys. It's weird because we know he's like the baddie with the white cape on his little throne with all the Sinlings, the bad guys of the show. Dude, I don't know what is happening. It's wild too, because I guess in my mind, like, I know he never died, but because of how he just abruptly left and how the boys, like, just kind of handle the situation, just kind of like, he's dead to us. like in my mind, I forget that he's actually like the world knows that he's still alive.
Yeah.
Like I forget that Winry, Elric, Al, and the grandma know that he's just out there and he was just a deadbeat and kind of deuced out.
Yeah.
From their perspective. So it's wild to see him just stroll on in. And of course, you know, the boys, Ed calls him Hohenheim because, you know, he's not trying to respect his dad with his title. Mm-hmm. And like the granny's just like, I'm surprised you came back. We didn't think you would. I don't know. I didn't think this occurrence was going to happen how it did. Yeah. I thought it was going to be like, you're the bad guy. I mean, it still might be like, you're the bad guy at some point down the line. Yeah. I'm just surprised that the bad guy, the father, is just, you know, just hanging out with them. Just like walking in, checking up, seeing what... I mean, he's not... I don't know if he's checking up to see if his son's okay. From the grandma's perspective, she thinks that, you know, he still is looking out for the boys, whether the boys want to see it or not. And maybe that's true. I know very little about Hohenheim. Maybe all this crap that he's been doing is, in fact, for the sons. We'll see when we get there. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. Mm-hmm. But the granny has lived longer, so maybe she knows about Hohenheim a little bit better than the boys do, because, you know, they were adolescent when he departed. So, of course, she might know more than they do. Hohenheim's very mysterious. I mean, I've already told y'all that I do believe that he is the most immortal individual. He's some guy who has been around for quite some time. I don't know if the mom's really dead. Maybe she's dead. I don't know what's up with that whole you were right. Maybe she was immortal too. Maybe. I don't know if that... I know I have not really a whole lot to go off of, but the whole like promised that I'm dying first kind of thing sounds like if two vampires existed in the world, I don't know. This is like a weird analogy, but I don't know any other immortal things that come to mind. And maybe they just had a bet of whether or not one way of conducting their life would keep their lives longer. And it sounded like they had something going on between them, that they were testing the waters or something, or maybe trying to achieve something, and one was wagering against the other, the mom versus the father. I don't remember. What was the thing she said?
She said,
I couldn't keep the promise.
I couldn't keep my promise. I died before you.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep my promise. I died before you.
Because he probably wanted to die first. You know, I don't know. I mean, that's all that would lead to, is that him dying first instead of her.
On the surface, but why is it so important that she has to say it to him? Was there something they were wondering about on who would live longer and the reasons behind who would die first between the two of them? Because he, as far as we are aware, and as much as I can assume, he's immortal until they say that he's not. He's lived longer than the average human, at least by a whole two persons' full lived lives. Because he's older than the Greed, who's like 200 or something, 150.
Well, I mean, if he's immortal and he really fell in love...
He wanted her to live.
Yeah.
And he couldn't make it work. He maybe wanted her to live like how he lives. Just like while we're on the vampire topic, and everybody's gonna hate me for jumping to this vampire, Edward Cullen would want his Bella to live as long as he does.
Yeah.
Or I mean Dracula too.
Yeah, any immortal thing, or an elf from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Arwen to Aragorn.
Yeah.
She.
It's gonna live 1,000 years.
Hohenheim can live forever, and Aragorn can only live up to a certain date. He of course will want the other partner to have that shared immortality.
Yeah.
So maybe all this stuff or maybe all this sacrifice that he's been trying to do is maybe to keep the woman he loved to live forever with him. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Xerxes predates the wife, presumably. So he's been doing sacrifices before, I would assume he met the woman of his life or his dreams. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff happening. I don't really know what's happening. It's exciting for sure. And we just jumped a couple more layers into the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, you guys talk or something.
No, you're good.
I'm just jumping down the whole...
I wanted to bring something up when Ed was having his nightmare, and he saw Truth, and he saw his mother. Did you notice something about Truth? He looked different.
Yeah. So here's what's weird. I thought Truth was the one pretending to be Al when Al saw himself, because he looked sinister, you know? That's why I didn't think much of it, because I thought it was just like Truth or somebody replicating Al's body and like kind of poking fun that Al no longer has his body. Because that shot many episodes ago when Al had his little reveal, he had the other hand and they reached out and he gave that little creepy little smile, which looked like Truth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was wondering. I thought it was Truth, so I never thought of it more. I thought it was Truth that was just replicating the body. So maybe Truth is just holding on to the body because they now believe that the body is in this ethereal realm.
Well,
or somewhere.
Just more on Ed's dream when Truth appeared.
It's upside down.
Truth had a human leg and a human arm.
I didn't notice that. That's interesting. Well, I saw it was upside down, like kind of shadowy. I thought it was a shadow. That's weird. And that opens a whole nother wormhole. Okay, we'll jump to that in a second because that's a lot.
I never noticed that.
The whole mother thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let's relax real quick. Okay. So Hohenheim shows up.
Yes.
He talks to he scolds Ed and Al. Or he scolds Ed, but both of them because of what they did, of them just running from their fears and like trying to like pretend like it didn't happen, which is low key true. It is what they were doing. Ed goes to sleep. He has this wild dream that he has, and in the night, Hohenheim is talking to Granny, and is asking,
What were the features of it?
What were the features of the thing they transmuted?
Eyes and hair, what did they look like?
Eyes and hair.
In the moment, he initiated the conversation because he looked at the dog.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's because the features comes about because the dog has a weird feature. And maybe that's how he thought of it. But he looked at the dog and I thought he was about to insinuate that the dog was the mom. I was like, what are we talking about?
Well, I thought it was because he knew the dog was going to where Ed was. So he was like, all right, I want Ed to hear this.
Oh, I think it was the feature that helped his mom. Oh, maybe.
Well, I think it could be both.
Yeah.
Because he definitely, like, the whole time he's talking, he's, like, looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, he looked over twice.
Where Ed was. So, but anyways, so he asked, does it have the same features? And that made Ed think, if it didn't have the features, of my mother, then what the heck is it?
Yeah.
So they go out there in the rain, he digs it up, and he realizes
it's like a male body.
It's not even his mom. It's a different body.
Yep.
A taller individual, bigger femur.
Yeah. Not the same hair
muscle.
color.
Yeah, black hair.
Definitely a male, larger, whatever. So, he has this kind of good realization because he was like, damn, I killed my mom a second time.
Yeah.
And just felt horrible about it.
Yeah,
so
brought more suffering.
Fast forward again, calls Izumi and says, hey, your baby that you transmuted, what did it look like? Did it look like it could be yours?
Yeah.
So later on, they have this talk with Ed, and Ed has the talk with Al, and Ed realizes that it truly is impossible to bring back the dead.
Somebody, yeah.
Because of that, and then he does the whole test with Al with the memory, because he's like, hey, what happened here? So Al really remembered something from before
he was in the armor.
He was in the armor, which is something Ed didn't know, but Winry could attest that it actually happened. So that proves that Al is Al.
Yep.
That's not
because
like
Ed didn't fictionally create it for whatever body.
Or it wasn't like Ed or Al made or Ed made an Al from his imagination and like put it in there with Ed's version of what Al was and what Al would think.
A biased version of his brother.
But he
pulled Ed out or Al out.
So then he asked Al, okay, what do you remember? What did you see when you got unraveled by the truth? And he said he saw himself, like his body was getting pulled away or like forming into something else. And then the next thing he remembers is looking from the POV
of the thing.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned that, and I did not realize that. And
So the next part of it too, which is the other loop of everything which we learned earlier, is that a soul isn't compatible with things that aren't its body. So, because of that, that's why Barry is deteriorating and his body was slowly dying in the real world.
Sorry. Because just so I fully understand this, with Barry as the best example, his soul is with armor, his soulless body is just wandering, the body is deteriorating or the soul is deteriorating?
The body's deteriorating, but
because it doesn't have the soul to keep it active or whatever.
But also, the armor body
could reject the soul.
Could reject the soul as well.
And what do they think will happen should it reject? What happens with the soul? It just is gone. Just like you stab.
I would assume that they don't really explain. But
okay, and how do they come to that conclusion with Barry?
Because Barry said it.
Barry, how does Barry know that?
Because Barry was saying that I can't remember the exact explanation, so in the comments if you remember it exactly word for word, but I feel like it was because...
It was more like he was guessing it, because he saw his body was completely deteriorated after he butchered it, and then he was like, well, I guess a soul can't really stay forever inside a fucking metal suit.
Yeah.
And that's when Al was like, oh shit, that could happen to me.
Well, and you also got to think about it. The only thing that's holding him together is paint.
Yeah,
it's blood. But you know what I mean? It's just a painted symbol on there.
Yeah.
So if
blood wears away.
It'll wear away eventually. Yeah. So like I feel like that's more so like where that comes from. But which
should have just put a whole pile of blood on it so it can stay there for a long
I was going to say, Ed could just retouch it up.
Body, yeah. Start smearing more.
Now, Ling brought up, he said, well, you could just keep transferring your body from thing to thing.
Yeah.
You could just keep making new bodies and doing that. But that's not what Al wants. He wants his real body.
Right.
Because it
sucks. Who's to say that you transfer from this pine cone to this and that just rejects it?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I guess we just don't know how Barry technically how his ritual occurred because it's different from the ritual we saw with Al. Because Barry's body's still roaming the earth, where in Al's instance the octopus just sucked him away into the aether, the white realm.
Yeah.
Where I guess he's just a part of the internet. I don't know.
Well, also, the thing that's interesting about it is that, like... I mean, they just talked about it, so it's not, like, anything that's, like, news to us. But, like, they put Al's soul into what they thought was the mom's body. That's why Al saw from that point of view. You know what I mean?
So weird.
So, like, literally just imagine the same thing that they did for the armor, but they did it to that body. Unintentionally.
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
But what is that body? I don't... Okay, that's so weird.
They made a body.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say it wasn't like an actual person? It was something being made.
Well, they did human transmutation. They made a human.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like a specific.
It looks like a homunculus, honestly. Mm-hmm. It looks like the homunculus.
Yeah. It could be like could be like the precursor of like a homunculus.
Well, it's funny because that was one of my initial thoughts because for the it looks like a homunculus and when I always thought Izumi, weirdly enough, it looked like a skeleton version of Izumi, and then I always thought Izumi when she did that little evil face looked like a homunculus.
Because she has the red eyes.
Yeah. So that's weird. I don't know. This is all a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really. And I know it has to also do with the whole sacrifice, the Ed and Al's sacrifice. I know some of that will have to play into this, which I just don't understand.
Well, apparently also, as according to Mr. Hohenheim himself, bad things are going to start happening in this country.
He's prepping for the reckoning. He's going to do that thing, the Xerxes thing. He's going to crumble the city with his blood magic.
The country.
So,
because you gotta remember, Resin Bull is far AF from Central, and he told Granny to get out.
Yeah. She's in that circle country, right? The whole... Amestris?
Yeah.
She's in Amestris?
Yeah.
Central's right here, Resin Bull's right here.
I wonder,
from
I know my
right there.
My theory is that he's gonna do that. He's trying to not let other people have the Philosopher's Stone, in my mind, or he doesn't want anyone else to possess what he maybe already possesses.
Yeah.
This is Hohenheim, you're saying?
Hohenheim.
Okay.
I don't really know what his goal is. It's still hard to kind of place that. I also am curious how he decides who's going to be the homunculus. Why, first of all, why have them? What's the purpose of having the homunculus? What is their overall
reason for being?
Like, are they just items of chaos? Why do you choose these specific vessels to inhabit that? Like, I don't know. I wonder a lot of the reasoning. Like, I can see the patterns of, like, what he's trying to achieve. I'm just trying to figure out the whys, I guess.
Yeah.
And you guys know. You guys know it. You guys know it.
Some answers, maybe not all.
No, you don't know all of it?
I don't know, man.
Might have to theory craft.
Might have to theory craft.
Is this like Lost, where some of the answers you kind of have to try to chalk it up to your own mental capacity?
Don't know.
I guess we'll have to find out. What else happened in this episode?
Well, I think a big thing that got brought up this episode too was Al's sleepless nights.
Yeah.
And how brutal that is. Like, he can never rest. And he said, like, which that was really sad. It kind of broke my heart. He said he can't go through another night alone.
Yeah.
And he needs to get his body back. And luckily, because of all the realizations that they've had, Ed thinks that it is still possible to get Al's body, because it's somewhere in the truth realm.
It might be tangible to like take back.
Yeah, well, that's what he said.
He
wants to go through the door again and pull his body back out.
I wonder what truth is, and if what you're saying is actually what's happening, and truth is like gathering body parts.
It called itself God when we first met it.
He called itself like
God, everything.
What kind of God? What kind of God needs to take humans' body parts to become whole?
What kind of God asks for goat sacrifices?
Human sacrifices.
Food sacrifices.
So that's like paying homage to it to show that the human is faithful. But what kind? I'm saying, why does a god need to forge its own body? I feel like that's a little different.
Is it forging its own body?
I don't know. Adam was saying it looks like it has body parts now. So I don't know. I don't know if it is forging its own body. I have no idea.
Well, it only had body parts for Ed.
Yeah.
Was you saying that those were in fact Ed's body parts?
No, I'm just saying when Ed saw him, he had body parts. When Al saw him, he was Al.
It was Al.
Bro, I don't know. I feel like I'm tripping when I watch this show, if I'm being honest. It is wild. I feel like half the shows we watch, I feel like I'm just tripping out because it's anime so bloody obscure half the time. But this is coming from somebody who like loves sci-fi.
Yeah.
Anime is definitely like a whole almost type of sci-fi in and of itself. If you like this video, leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below what you thought of this. Don't spoil if you do. These guys will read them, but still put the spoiler, ... whatever you wanted to say, just to be courteous to us. We love you guys and all your support you give us. Check out the Patreon if you want to support us more. So we got some shows up there you might like, but for the time being, we are going to punch it. See ya!
Wow.